Yo, what's up, family? It's King Leon XKLX, UBVOA, the human liberator, best rapper you never heard. This is episode 3 of my Take Charge of Your Life Self-Mastery, Self-Motivation series, which comes to you live every day, 12 Eastern, alright, noon Eastern. Last week was our first 2 episodes. Today is December 5th, 2016, and I'm here to tell you to take charge of your life, take charge of your day, take charge of your mind, take charge of your mental attitude. All right, and so what we're gonna talk about this week. The topic for this week is burn your ships. All right, burn your ships. This is take charge of your life. Take charge of your day, take charge of your mind, take charge of your mental attitude. And this week, what we're going to be talking about is burn your ships. So if you're not familiar with that, I'm about to read this little excerpt from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This little small excerpt, and then I'm going to go into our message for today. So a long while ago, a great warrior faced a situation which made it necessary for him to make a decision which ensured his success on the battlefield. He was about to send his armies against a powerful foe whose men outnumbered his own. He loaded his soldiers into boats. He sailed to the enemy's country. He unloaded the soldiers and the equipment. Then he gave the order to burn the ships that carried them. Addressing his men before the first battle, he said, "You see those boats going up in smoke? That means we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish." They won. Alright, every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut off all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win. So we're going to talk about the burning desire to win and what all that entails next week. This week we're talking about burning your ships. So what I got from that message, from that story, right? Put yourself in the shoes of the general, right? He burnt the ships that carried them. He said, we win or we perish, right? Imagine that definiteness of purpose, that definiteness of assignment, vision, and aim. Imagine that extra boost of energy and power that was summoned within the spirits of all the warriors and soldiers involved. Now imagine your ability to tap into that same force that they used systematically and strategically every single day to achieve your definite purpose, your definite major purpose. You can only do so by taking charge of your life. You have to make the choice, all right? You have to make the choice. You have to choose to be rich. Every day I'm going to tell you that riches doesn't only consist of money. We're biased. In America, we think that riches have to only do with money, just like we think sex has to only do with physical. But like I always say, like I learned from Napoleon Hill in 2012, riches consist of a positive mental attitude, of sound health, of harmony in your human relationships, freedom from fear, hope for achievement, capacity for faith, willingness to share one's blessings with others, being engaged in the labor of love, complete self-discipline, a willingness to share one's blessings with others. I think I might already said that. Open mind towards all subjects and all people. You know what I'm talking about? And material riches of our own choice and quantity. These are the many different things that consist of riches, and you have to choose riches. You have to choose. It's your right to be rich. You have to take your future into your own hands, because there's already too many forces set up. There's too many people who are using nonverbal energy manipulation, who have created circumstances and environments that if you don't choose, they have already chose for you. All right, and they've chosen for you to live a life of ill health, poverty, fear, discouragement, frustration, envy, jealousy, competition, and a whole bunch of other things, a whole bunch of destructive habits and destructive thoughts that don't lead you to your highest good. And that's why I'm here to tell you to take charge of your life, take charge of your day, like I've done. And like many of other millions of self-made people all across the world who have implemented certain strategies and have received certain results. So we have to make the choice. Choose the lifestyle that you always wanted. Have you ever even, people, it's funny to me because people be like, yeah, they want a yacht. People say they want to have a yacht or the private jet and the private plane and all these types of things. But then you ask them how much that stuff costs. They don't even know. They never even looked up. If this person says they want a yacht and they're going to have a yacht, but they never even looked up the price of a yacht. They have no idea what it costs. So people live in pie in the sky. People say they have goals. People say they have dreams. People say they have made a decision, but they haven't committed these things to paper. And until you commit it to paper, you're lollygagging. You're not as serious as you think you are. All right, because you deserve the best life has to offer. When I tell you that you deserve the best life has to offer, do you believe that? Does that resonate with you? Like, if you looked in the mirror and told yourself, like, yo, I deserve the best life has to offer. I deserve the best life has to offer. I deserve the best life has to offer. Is that gonna empower you, or are you gonna have that conflict, that inner civil war, that battle in your mind? That tells you, no, you don't deserve the best life has to offer. You deserve blah blah blah, this, and the third. And so you have to master, yourself, which is going to be one of the points I get to. But take charge of your life, take charge of your day, take charge of your mental attitude, take charge of your philosophy. You know what I'm talking about? Because you have to choose. If you don't choose, someone have chosen for you. Okay, that's why the schedule that most people only go by is the schedule that their job gives them. All right, the only schedule most people goes by is the one that their job gives them, and they don't set any schedules. They don't set anything for themselves. Most people work harder on their jobs than they do on themselves, and that's crazy. So ask yourself: do you work harder on yourself, or do you work harder on your job? All right, hopefully you work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And if you actually work harder on your job than you do on yourself, you could begin today to make a change. You could begin today to make the choice. You could begin today to go after your goals and dreams. You know what I'm talking about? Because if not you, then who? Right? You're here. You were born here with a specific divine assignment. Unless you investigate and understand what that divine assignment was, then you will be doing the world a disservice. Right? You'll be doing the black woman a disservice. Right? You will be doing the black child a disservice. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. What up, JB? Human Liberator Talk. You already know King Leon Next, the Human Liberator, is back. You feel me? So anyway, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? You know what I'm talking about? How long will you sit aside? Yo, it's Say My Connection Week. Hopefully y'all still got me. But how long will you sit aside and watch others? How long will you sit aside and watch others achieve their goals and dreams, though? You know what I mean? Like, how many times are you going to watch someone do something in your field that you know that you could do better? Like, how many times are you going to see watch people put on events that you know you could have planned better? How many times are you going to hear people make music on beats that you could have made a better song to? How many times are you going to allow someone who calls themselves a so-called expert in the field of your passion continue to lead the people astray? How long are you going to sit quiet? How long are you going to sit and watch and then sit and complain? We already know it's only two types of people. It's people that complain and people that don't complain. Right? It's only two types of people. People who look words up in the dictionary and people who don't. You know what I'm talking about? So you have to choose, right? How long will you sit aside and watch others achieve their dreams and their goals, right? You can have your goals. You can have your dreams. You feel me? You can have your desires. You can have the life that you choose, but you have to choose. You have to be willing to burn your ships, like that original point that we was talking about. So, you could have it all. One of my goals is to gain the entire world and not lose my soul. I'm here to show you guys what rich and righteousness looks like. I'm here to show you the neutrality of riches and wealth. Because again, with our Eurocentric, westernized education, we've been raised in we're biased on so many different topics, and we think that money is biased to evil when we know that's not true. We just have more examples of people whose nature is wicked with wealth. Okay, so we need more examples of rich and righteous, which is what I intend to do, and I intend to document, that whole journey and share strategies that I've implemented in my life to take charge of my life, my day, my mental attitude, and my future. Things that you can implement in your life that will dramatically increase its quality. Just like last week, and I'm going to continue it on this week too. Last week, action step and this week's action step strategy is going to be the same one. Implement it. Anytime you get ready to feel yourself say I don't know, or anytime you're about to express I don't know how to do that, I don't know the answer to that, immediately remember me saying, remember, you're training, you're reprogramming yourself, you're reminding yourself that you heard me say that anytime you're about to say I don't know, say I'm learning how to, or I'll figure it out. I'm learning how to and I'll figure it out. I'm learning how to and I'll figure it out. That simple step right there will double or quadruple your income, period. You know what I'm talking about? It'll increase your self-worth, the value that you have for yourself. So again, how long will you sit aside and watch others achieve their goals and dreams, and you just sit and watch? It's the greatness that's in you that's attracted to the greatness in them, but you just rather sit and watch the greatness that's in them and act like their achievements are your achievements. Perfect example: when a sports team wins a national championship or something like that, the whole city goes crazy because all these people, all these wandering generalities, all these people who only go by the schedule that someone else gives them, they feel this euphoric feeling of like they accomplished something, like they put in some type of work when they didn't. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't. But they're all in the streets crying, full of joy, all of this stuff. Because of someone else's achievement. Because of someone else's goal. Because someone else's accomplishment. How long will you sit and watch? You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to give y'all these 3 points and then I'm about to cut. Because I'm live every day from 12 to 12:15. Take charge of your life. And if I got any callers, I'm about to take calls at 12:15. But anyway, you have to decide. The first point is decide, like, what type of world do you live in? All right, this is very serious. What type of world do you live in? Let's say my connection weak. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Do you live in a positive world or a negative world? What type of world do you live in? You have to decide. Do you live in a world full of positivity or a world full of negativity? Which perspective are you coming from? Right? From wickedness or from righteousness? Do you live in a world of love or do you live in a world of fear? You know what I'm talking about? Do you live in a world of lessons or do you live in a world of losses? Do you live in a world where you just take loss after loss after loss after loss, or do you live in a world where you could have those same exact experiences, but your philosophy says you just take lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson? You're just learning lesson after lesson after lesson. Do you live in a world of mistake, or you just make mistakes after mistake after mistake? Or do you live in a world of messages? Are you getting messages? I'm just getting this message, and I have to keep learning this lesson until I get the message, right? Do we live in a world of positivity or negativity? You have to choose. Make the choice, right? Take charge of your life. Take charge of your day. Take charge of your mind. Take charge of your mental attitude, right? And be the change that you want to see. That's the first point. Decide what type of world you live in, positive or negative. I only got 3 minutes left, and I'm out, and I'm about to take callers. The second thing, have respect for yourself, yo. For real. You got to increase your self-confidence. You got to have strategies implemented and set in place to restore your self-confidence. You know what I mean? Because the goals and dreams that you have, the person that you are right now, isn't aware enough on how to achieve those. You know what I'm talking about? You're not confident enough, or you have already acted. You have already started acting daily towards the accomplishment of your definite major purpose. So if that's the case, if we know there's an area of self-confidence in which we're lacking, what strategies have we implemented on a daily basis to increase our self-confidence? Have enough respect for yourself, yo. Have enough respect for yourself to master yourself, to become your greatest version. You know what I mean? To give the world who and what you really truly are. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. So have unconditional positive regard for yourself and others. Unconditional positive regard. That's unconditional positive regard means, hey, it's not like, yo, I love you as long as you do this and you do this, but as soon as you stop doing this, then I hate you. Are you ever gonna hate yourself? Are you ever gonna hate yourself? You know what I mean? Are you ever gonna hate yourself? Are you gonna give up on yourself just because you didn't do something that you said you was gonna do? Nah, if you're like me, you're gonna give yourself a zillion second chances. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna unconditionally love yourself. You're gonna give yourself as many chances as you need to grow into the person that you intend to become. And you're gonna welcome all experiences. You know what I'm talking about? So you got to make that choice. Have enough respect for yourself to have the hard conversations with yourself. You know what I mean? And then my last point on the first episode, or episode 3, first episode of this week, first episode of Burn Your Ships. The third point is just make the decision to make the first step right now, though. Most people, they're like, oh, yeah, that's a lot of good information. I'll do that next week. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of good information. I'll try that tomorrow. Yeah, that's a lot of good information. I'll get to it another time. Make the decision to make the first step right now, because procrastination is everyone's enemy. There's no self-made millionaire, there's no self-made billionaire that I studied that did not have to overcome procrastination. Doesn't matter what language they spoke, don't matter what geography they was in, no matter what education they got, no matter what pigmentation they had. Every single self-made millionaire, every single self-made billionaire that I ever studied had to overcome procrastination. So make the choice to act now, right? Trust your gut, have inner clarity, and be bold. You know what I'm talking about? Don't creep. Do not creep. All right? Be bold. You gotta have enough reasons, y'all. Hey, it's 12:15. I'm about to see if I got about to see if these callers got any questions. Y'all got any questions? Hold on, I'm about to open up these lines. Alright, I got the lines open. So like I said, yo, have enough reasons to get back up. You know what I mean? I do a whole lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I have a whole bunch of experiences, whether good or bad. I got reasons to get back up. I don't know how long you've been following me, but I don't know if you remember, like over a year or some change ago, when 12 tried to run up on me. They tried to get me on my black power activity and shit. They tased me 8 times in my back. Half of my face was ripped off. I was laying in a pool full of blood. I could have been dead. Do y'all remember that? Who remembers that? Did I ever stop banging on the beast? Did that switch me up or give me more power? You know what I'm talking about? So it's like I have enough reasons to get back up. I had already had reasons prior to these experiences. You know what I mean? I was already on a journey to self-mastery, self-discovery, personal productivity, way before I said black power one time. You know what I mean? I got consumed in this culture of where niggas is running in circles and shit. I created some value within that space, shifted the culture, and now I'm leading these people out of that space so they could get some results. All right? So make sure you have some reasons, enough reasons. Write 5 reasons. Something you could do right now is write 5 reasons to never give up. You feel me? Write 5 things that you love about yourself. You feel me? 5 things that will make you strong. You feel me? Because during the down times, that's when you discover who you are. All right? You heard that from King Leon X. You feel me? Another episode of Make the Choice, or shit, Take Charge of Your Life, episode 3. It don't look like I have any callers today. No one said anything. I'm about to cut this phone line. Phone line's cut. Now, I'm about to end it like how I'm supposed to end them all. If you don't got my project, you could cop it. Hold up.
I put the black woman first and the black child first, cause I'm a black man and I know my family's worth. I already broke the curse, self-love feels the hurt. I did a lot of dirt, so until I'm in the dirt, I'ma put in work. Productivity, eye on the prize. My why gives me energy. Haters try to limit me, but I know my divinity. Infiltrate the industry and bring these crackers misery. Self-mastery, black billionaire tendencies. Slave to good habits, self-doubt is the enemy. My only enemy is in the inner me. Self-limited beliefs and some thoughts I think. Breaking invisible chains, I'm almost free. To rewrite history, quotable is every word I speak. Notable is every goal I reach. Don't follow me, follow your dreams. Don't follow me, follow your dreams.
Don't follow me, follow your dreams, y'all. Hey, catch me tomorrow live at noon, same time, same place. Hey.